Next year I'll be attending the University of Akron. I want to major in biomedical engineering. I chose biomedical engineering because of various reasons. One, the major thing being that because my dad was ill and we did not have adequate equipments or healthcare at Nepal. I want this to be accessible for everyone. I want to create things that are easily portable, cheap, and that could be taken to refugee camps and then used there. So I like to go out, help people as much as I can. I do a lot of volunteering, community service as well, and anytime someone needs me, I feel as I should be there.
Noel is highly intelligent. He always has a smile on his face. He always sees the most positive in any environment that he's in, and he sees the most positive things in any person that he's with. He's witty, but that doesn't come out right away until you start to get to know him a little bit. When I met him 2 years ago, he was so unassuming and he was so quiet that he was just sort of at the back of the circle. And I think it wasn't because he was introverted, but I think he was just simply taking it all in, because that's Noel. As he absorbs as much as he can like a sponge and processes it and then forms questions and thoughts from there.
I was born in a refugee camp in Nepal called Goldap. It was one of the smallest camps out of 7. My parents lived there for about 19 years. They were forced out of their native country, Bhutan. I lived there for around 11 years. All of a sudden one day my dad had this blurry vision and stuff, and then later we found out he had cancer, a tumor. So healthcare in the camp obviously wasn't good at all. So he went to a different city, and so because he left, my mom had to go as well with him to take care of him. So in the camp it was just me, my 2 elder sister, and my younger sister. I described my life in refugee camp as being child in the wilderness, because in the refugee camp I didn't have my parents. I didn't know what to do, and refugee camp, things weren't easy as here. So other than going to school, coming home, I knew nothing other than that. It was like I was lost. I had no purpose or anything like that.
I think not all of the families living in the camp had people who were as seriously ill as his father was, but maybe it was that formative time in his life when he and his sister were all alone and they really didn't have anybody else to kind of look out for them. I know that shaped him, but I think DNA plays a big part in it, and he's just such a giving person. His family is the same way, and Noel doesn't ever consciously think about giving. It's just part of him. It's just who he is.
I really am thankful for my mom and dad, and they support me for my education. If I want to educate myself, they're like, go for it, I would see them work hard, and then I would ask them, what do you want from me? And they would say, just educate yourself. And that was one of the big motivation for me as well. So past history and making myself a better person, these are things that make me continue to educate myself.
I think no matter where he is in life, whether it's walking home from school or sitting in class, when he hears a need, his brain automatically goes to, well, how can I help? That's just Noel, how can I help? And he comes up with the most creative ways to help.
Over the 3 years that I've known him, he's just developed his personality and particularly his leadership qualities. He's the type of student that's just involved in everything. He's very athletic, but he's also taken on many roles, particularly his student ambassador role. And he's had the opportunity to engage with different business leaders and community partners as a part of our new academy model. And he's quite the leader in that capacity.
It wasn't until probably the past year that we really started to see his leadership just blossom. And he comes alive with it. And he's the type of leader that doesn't demand respect. He just earns it. And when he's the lead of a project, none of the other kids even really see him or call him leader, but they know he's the leader. That's why they gravitate towards him, because he's just such a good person.
I've overcome a lot of adversities and obstacles, but something that I've taken from that is that life is going to hit you with this throughout every day, right? So it helped me view it as it shouldn't be taken seriously. in a sense that there's always a next day that you can make it better, make that thing better. Obviously, education is a big priority. My family is a big priority. I have that, but also enjoy your life. So, that's something that it has helped me realize, and then it motivates me as well.